Niggas are mad. They're saying Street Fighter 6 is trash, right? But before they were saying this was the best Street Fighter game because they have a new generation cast like Street Fighter 3 was that Street Fighter 3 nostalgia, right? And there's Perry in it and we're going back. There's nostalgia now. Well, if I'm being honest, what I will say is it's a combination of nostalgia and recency bias when it's a lot of these gamers. But there's dudes who are out here, in their 60s playing Street Fighter and stuff and running these Evo tournaments. There's these old heads and stuff. And what I will say is the way I got into Street Fighter is that I'm Gen Z. I played Street Fighter 2 on Xbox 360, right, and whatnot like that. And basically, honestly, I thought the game was mid compared to, other more newer entries. I never thought was bad. I thought, parts of it were unfair and some were innovative for the time before I was born. But basically, I really got into Street Fighter because mainly I just liked the story of the games. I thought it was interesting that people are taking stuff they like and putting it together, right? But how I got into these games is besides the point. People are saying Street Fighter 6 was amazing. Now they're saying it's trash because people are doing infinite spamming loops, right? Where they jump in, which I feel like you get punished for jumping too much. There should be an air block because, if you do a dive kick in real life, you can't block in the air. That's a real thing. Like if you're jumping towards someone, you can stop your attack and just block. But, this is a video game that, has superpowers and stuff. So it's not real life. But people do jump-ins as like Ryu, which most characters can't do. What they do is when you're down, they punch you, they grab you, they punch you, they grab you, right, and over and over and over again, right? And these people are spamming throws. Well, this has been a thing since Street Fighter 2, which, got re-released when I was alive, but Street Fighter 2 came out in the 90s, bro. Like, Street Fighter is known for throw spamming. Like, I'm not surprised. And another thing is one thing I struggle with in Street Fighter is doing EX moves because I don't want to say large hands, but my hands are just more larger than the average, PlayStation controller user. Yes, I do like PlayStation. Little do y'all may know. But basically, let's say y'all got big hands or you're used to controller, right? And you can't do EX and people will be like, well, arcade culture, y'all gotta have an arcade stick for you to be a real fighting game fan. So you're telling me I pay $70 for this game? My hands are too big for me to do majority of the combos, and I can't even do the supers and the ultimates in the game because I have a normal controller because it's not the 70s and this isn't Atari and people aren't using arcade sticks and joysticks anymore. And the next thing, when I quit Street Fighter 6, it was during the Season 1 patch. People are mad because Akuma is broken and people are spamming EX Fireball, faking dive kicks, and, going into full screen grab, aka Raging Demon. And what do you expect? He's called Akuma. Aku means evil and Ma means demon in Japanese. So, like, obviously the character is supposed to be broken. He's a literal raging demon. But, Akuma's not fair. Some people are going to call me a broken, but maybe I feel like paying $30 on like a game that is a little bit more balanced than just getting Akuma. Well, if I don't like playing Akuma, but people are like, they're spamming EX Fireball, they're baiting dive kicks and doing Raging Demon. People have been doing that since Akuma appeared in Street Fighter 2. And of course, all Street Fighter games don't have throw loops. The only games that really had them was like, Street Fighter 2 and Street Fighter 3. Street Fighter 1 obviously didn't have that because, well, it obviously didn't have a lot. Street Fighter 1, and Street Fighter 4 and 5 didn't have that. But, a lot of, fighting games have that. So the fact that someone's exploiting something, yeah, it's unfair, quit the game or whatever. But y'all, wanted a Street Fighter game, with a normal comeback mechanic, no like custom combos or B trigger, which, is kind of the same thing, special combos exclusive to the character that are broken, you didn't want any installs, right? Except for the one on Jamie that's like Yin and Yang's install. So, you got a normal Street Fighter game, loops is a normal part of the fighting game thing.